All right, let's talk about security tokens. Sound boring? Maybe. But stick with me because this stuff is actually kind of interesting. Imagine a share certificate, right? That piece of paper that says you own a tiny piece of a company. Now, imagine that same thing, but digital. That's basically what a security token is. It's like a digital key that proves you own a piece of something, whether it's a company, real estate, or even a piece of art. And just like regular shares, these tokens can be bought, sold, or traded. But here's where it gets really interesting. Because they're digital, security tokens can do things that traditional shares can't. For example, you can program them to only be traded during certain hours, or only by certain people. You can even set it up so that you automatically receive dividends. It's like having a share certificate on steroids, so why should you care? Well, because security tokens have the potential to revolutionize the way we invest. They're more secure, more transparent, and more efficient than traditional security. Plus, they open up a whole new world of investment opportunities. Imagine being able to invest in a piece of real estate in another country or owning a fraction of a valuable piece of art. The possibilities are endless, and it's not just about the new opportunities. Security tokens also make the whole process of buying, selling, and trading much more efficient. Transactions can be completed in seconds rather than days. And because everything is recorded on the blockchain, there's a level of transparency and security that you just don't get with traditional shares. So, whether you're a seasoned investor or just getting started, security tokens offer a lot of exciting possibilities. But we'll get to that later. First, let's talk about how the stock market works. The stock market is where shares of publicly held companies are issued and traded. It's a place where investors can buy and sell ownership in companies. And just like with security tokens, the stock market has its own set of rules and regulations to ensure everything runs smoothly. But with the advent of digital technology, the way we trade and invest is changing rapidly. Security tokens are just one example of how the financial landscape is evolving. So, stay tuned, because the future of investing is looking very exciting indeed. And who knows, maybe one day, you'll be trading security tokens just as easily as you trade stocks today. But for now, let's dive deeper into the world of security tokens and see what makes them so special. Ready? Let's get started. The stock market. It's a place of constant motion, where fortunes are made and lost in the blink of an eye. It's where companies go to raise money, transforming their dreams into reality by selling shares to the public. And it's where people go to try and make it, hoping to turn their investments into substantial gains. Think of it like a giant flea market, but instead of selling old furniture and questionable taxidermy, they're selling pieces of companies. Each transaction is a small part of a much larger economic puzzle. These pieces are called stocks, and when you buy a stock, you're basically buying a tiny ownership stake in that company. It's like owning a small slice of a very large pie. Now, the stock market is run by these things called stock exchanges. They are the platforms that facilitate the buying and selling of stocks. They're like the referees of the market, making sure everything runs smoothly, or as smoothly as a system designed to make rich people richer can run. They ensure that trades are fair and transparent. The New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, the London Stock Exchange, these are all examples of stock exchanges. Each has its own unique characteristics and rules. So, how do you actually buy stocks? It's not as simple as just picking up a phone and calling the company. Well, you can't just waltz onto the trading floor and start waving money around, though that would be amazing. The process is a bit more structured. You need a broker, which is basically just a fancy word for a middleman. Brokers are licensed professionals who have the authority to buy and sell stocks on your behalf. You tell the broker what you want to buy, they place the order for you, and boom, you're the proud owner of some stock. It's a seamless process that connects you to the financial markets. Of course, there's a lot more to it than that, but that's the basic idea. The stock market is a complex ecosystem with many moving parts. Now, let's move on to the exciting world of security token exchanges. These are the next frontier in the evolution of financial markets, leveraging blockchain technology to create new opportunities for investors. Remember security tokens, those digital share certificates we talked about? They represent ownership in an asset, just like traditional shares, but in a digital form. Well, just like regular stocks, they need a place to be bought and sold. This is where the concept of exchanges comes into play. That's where security token exchanges come in. These platforms are designed specifically for the trading of security tokens. They're like the cool, younger siblings of stock exchanges, bringing the world of trading into the 21st century. They offer a more modern, streamlined experience. Think of it like this. Stock exchanges are like your dad's old record player. They work, but they're clunky and outdated. They have served us well for decades, but it's time for an upgrade. Security token exchanges are like Spotify, sleek, modern, and way more efficient. They offer a user-friendly interface and faster transaction times. They use blockchain technology, which is basically a digital ledger that's spread across a network of computers. This technology ensures that every transaction is recorded and cannot be altered. This makes security token exchanges more secure, transparent, and efficient than traditional stock exchanges. Every transaction is visible and verifiable by anyone on the network. Plus, they're open 24/7, so you can trade whenever you want, not just when the New York Stock Exchange decides to grace you with its presence. This flexibility is a game changer for global traders. So, how do you get in on the action? It's simpler than you might think. Well, you'll need to find a platform that offers security token trading. There are several options available, each with its own unique features and benefits. These platforms are still relatively new, but they're popping up all over the place. As the market grows, more and more platforms are being developed to meet the demand. Once you've found a platform, you'll need to create an account, go through a verification process, and then you're good to go. The verification process usually involves providing some personal information and proof of identity. After that, you can start trading security tokens, exploring the market, and making informed decisions based on real-time data. Welcome to the future of trading. Okay, let's break this down, fight style. In this corner, wearing the traditional silk robe and probably smelling faintly of stale cigar smoke, we have stocks, the reigning champion of the financial world. And in the other corner, wearing a sleek, futuristic jumpsuit and smelling vaguely of ozone and possibility, we have security tokens, the young up-and-comer looking to shake things up. Now, both contenders have their strengths and weaknesses. Stocks have been around forever, which means they're well-established and relatively stable. They're also traded on massive exchanges with tons of liquidity, meaning you can buy and sell them easily. Security tokens, on the other hand, are still in their early stages. The market is smaller, there's less liquidity, and there's always the risk that the whole thing could go belly up. But, and this is a big but, security tokens have the potential to be much, much bigger than stocks. They're more efficient, more secure, and they open up a whole new world of investment opportunities. So, who wins? It's too early to say for sure. But one thing's for certain, this is a fight you're going to want to watch.